If you deliberately chose to watch this video, that means that I have done my job. Or at least I've done half of it. Regardless, it's good news that I've begun. Anyway, this is how I got kidnapped to Atlanta. Just for clarification, there were no actual crimes committed in this story whatsoever. Everything that occurred was consensual. Ever since October of 2025, I've been a skateboarder. But about 7 years prior to that, I used to try to skateboard as well, but I took a really bad fall trying to do a drop-in, and I stopped doing it for 10 years straight. I remember the park that I first did this at, and I wanted to go there. We didn't go for a really long time, but after a while, we finally decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just go. That we being me and my mother and my sister. We finally get there, and I see a lot of people that I've seen at my home skate park. Very weird. The thing about me is that I'm terrified of people, so I never really mentioned that to them, nor did I feel like they actually gave a fuck. Realistically, I wouldn't care either. It's skate park, go skate. And that's exactly what I did for a couple of hours. Over time, I'd become a regular at this park, and I would become recognized as one of the skaters here. At least I would think so. I haven't gone there in like 2 or 3 months now. I even met some guys from my freshman year of high school. They look a lot older, evidently. Now, there's a day called Go Skate Day that happens at the exact same time as Father's Day. I was told about this day a day prior, as in I was unprepared. A day prior, but that's perfectly fine because all you need is a skateboard and unbroken legs. But there's also another thing that you also need: a car. I don't have that either, but that's perfectly fine. That's what friends are for. Friends have cars. Use their car. Well, take the car. Don't steal their car. What I'm insinuating is that I took a ride from someone else, and this was all without my mother's knowledge. You see, I thought I was going to be 15 minutes away from the original skate park, so if I ever had to get picked up, I could just call one of my nearby family members and be like, hey, come grab me. I just realized how horrible that sounded. Good lord. Anyway, we're discussing where should everyone sit, but since there's already 4 people in the car that I'm getting in, me and my friend both have to get in the truck. I'm not redoing that fucking line. Obviously, being in the trunk wasn't comfortable, but I thought, hey, we're only 15 minutes away from where we have to be. That's perfectly fine. I can be uncomfortable. You see, I look at my timer, not timer, but I look at the time, and it's been way past 15 minutes when I left the skate park. I asked the driver, hey, where are we going? He says, we're going to Joyland. What the fuck is a Joyland? I just decided to shut up and waited it out. I mean, I'm already in the car and it's already moving. What am I supposed to do? Jump out? I'm wondering what my mom is gonna say when she calls, because eventually she will call. And what am I supposed to say? Hey mom, I got inside of someone's car and now I'm headed to Atlanta to a place known as Joyland. I'll be back in 6 hours just like I always am. And there is absolutely nothing crazy going on right now. If we do get to this place, I will officially be 1 whole hour away from my house. And I've never touched Uber a day in my life, but I highly doubt any Uber driver is going to take me an entire hour. Anyway, we get to this place called Joyland. Not a crazy name whatsoever. And this is where I starting to hurt myself while skateboarding. I've never actually hurt myself while skateboarding before. This is the start. You see, since it was strictly street skating, I couldn't do anything like any rock the fakies or fakie 360s or anything of that nature. I have to do ollies and kick flips and shit. Thing is, only thing I can do is an ollie. So I wasn't left out. I was just completely outclassed. But weirdly enough, I was like surrounded by a bunch of grown men, so they kind of told me, hey, stop comparing yourself to other people. I've lived life longer than you. I do have a friend who is about my age, and another friend who is about, well, I want to say 3 years older than me. Formed a trio. We're like the dynamic trio of youngins. The thing is, one of them is a fully grown adult, so evidently she would get tired much faster than me and my other incredibly energetic friend would. But at the same time, when it's 93 fucking degrees outside, I think anyone would get tired of doing an athletic activity. About 30 minutes after finding ourselves in Joyland, my mother called me. My heart dropped to my ass. I cannot confidently say that she was happy about the fact that I was in Atlanta, but she wasn't completely livid about it. God damn, I died. She tells me what I have to do. Hey, as soon as you get back to the skate park, that's if you even make it out alive. Okay, she didn't say that. Oh, she didn't say I was gonna die, but she did tell me that I had to make sure I had it right back, otherwise I would just be cooked. So it goes well way better than I thought it would. Hey son, where are you right now? I'm in Atlanta. You're not supposed to be there. Well, make sure you have a ride home. That's essentially how the conversation went down. Give me a moment while I switch games. Holy fucking shit, man. I'm not supposed to be this ass at video games, man. God damn. Me playing COD Zombies just isn't my forte, so I'm gonna play more COD Zombies. I managed to do something that really hypes me up for the rest of the trip in Atlanta. In Joyland, there are these sidewalk-like curbs that you can ollie up. I could not do that prior to thinking about it, until I actually tried to ollie up the curb, and I managed to do it. I was very hyped for the rest of the time in Joyland. But the first time I did try, my front trucks hit the curb first and I fell forward or sideways and I landed on my side. I didn't notice that scrape until I got home that night, but it was a bloody one and I was wearing sweatpants that day. So it hurt like a bitch taking my pants off. It hurt like a bitch taking my pants off to take a shower. Anyway, accomplishments from being in Joyland was being able to not safely, but being able to ollie a 3-stair and not die, and ollie up a curb and not die. In other words, I didn't die. It's around the time that we go ahead and get the hell out of here and go elsewhere. By elsewhere, I mean home. Unfortunately, that's not where I was taken. You see, I was expected to be home at a very specific time. That time has long been past. Still not headed home. I still, to this day, have zero clue where we went next. It was this weird, I'll try to describe it. It was a basketball court and a skate park in the same thing. It wasn't a basketball court and a skate park like separate, like you'd have a basketball court on one side and a skate park on the other. It was a basketball court and a skate park all in one. So you'd see a basketball hoop underneath the rail that you're meant to skate, or you would see a basketball hoop underneath a ramp that you're supposed to skate. The best part about being here is that this is where I learned how to do my rock and rolls. Every time I do a rock and roll, I do a little motion insinuating, a rock and roll, like how you would blow your arms to the. Okay, I'm doing it physically as if you could fucking see me. You get the idea though. This is where I learned how to do my rock and roll. Everyone was practicing different tricks. One was doing a power slide. I think someone was doing a kick flip, and another person was just practicing their ollies, trying to jump over a traffic cone. Safe to say the place was absolutely fucking packed. Every other push, you would find yourself running into another person, and it just wouldn't look good for either of you. I kid you not, I've attempted to avoid hitting people so many times to the point where I've genuinely been able to roll on straight up gravel. Fun fact about skateboards, they aren't supposed to be rolling on gravel. If anything, rolling on gravel is a really big no-no because it can probably mess up your wheels. And if the wheels don't get messed up, you will be, because of that friction. I'm telling you, man, that friction is no joke. Completely unrelated topic, but the only reason why I started skateboarding recently is because of the game. It was called Skate. Thought it was fun. Thought, why the fuck am I not? Why am I not doing this in real life? Let me do this shit in real life. Back to what I was talking about before. Everyone got tired after a short while. Honestly, we've been out for, I want to say, 5 hours, give or take. There were a lot of hill bombing opportunities that we had missed out on, but I feel like the majority of the skaters that we were with didn't really fuck with the idea of hill bombing. I hope to one day be able to hill bomb something. Or just give me a really long hill. Give me a big long hill and I'll do. Oh my God. Once everybody finally decided, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home and take a shower. That's what everyone did. So we get back to the original skate park, and I'm there for only a few hours, honestly. But those few hours did feel incredibly short. It was a very quiet ride home, but me and my mother exchanged no words whatsoever when we got home. However, I was allowed back at that skate park. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be allowed to do that Atlanta stunt again, because it was entirely my fault. You've been clickbaited. And that's where that ends. All right, it's over now. I have 3 more of these in the chamber. I cannot wait to post them. I do not have the skill and or creativity to end a video properly, so I'm just gonna say goodbye later. So